Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome. My name, of course, is Orbital Potato, and here we check out the latest and the greatest strategy games each and every day of the week. You've read the title, you've seen the thumbnail, you know that this is probably the most anticipated upcoming city builder for, like, years. Anyway, let's jump in to Cities Skylines II, and let me explain what the heck is going on. Right, we're going to just jump into a regular map here. Let's go for Archipelago Haven, sure. There's a few natural resources, a few outside connections. Definitely worth noting the outside connections. Buildable area is only 16%. That doesn't particularly matter. Let's jump into things. Okay, city name, we'll call ourselves Potatoville, of course. Theme, European, that's fine. Left-hand traffic, I'm going to leave left-hand traffic off. I'm going to leave natural disasters on, and that is all fine. We'll make sure that tutorials are disabled so that we can jump into things straight and make sure that we jump right into the action. So, yes, what are my preliminary thoughts on City Skylines, having played through it a little bit, acquainted myself with the game? Well, I'll tell you. I'll summarize it very, very briefly. It's like City Skylines 1, except it's a little bit newer, it's a little bit fresher, everything looks a little bit better, everything runs a little bit worse. That is one of my very early observations. So I'm not rocking the absolute latest hardware. I think I probably have a fairly representative, middle-of-the-road, average sort of system. I've got a GTX 1080, I think, graphics card, which is, you know, pretty old now. Definitely not high-end. Still able to run this at decent settings, but this game is not very well optimized. And in fact, there are certain settings that I've been asked to turn down in the options by the developers to make sure that everything runs correctly and smoothly. So beware if you've got an older system, then yeah, this will maybe not play ball. Anyway, this is our lovely little world. There's a few really interesting sort of new elements that I'd like to get to grips with immediately and start testing. So, first things first, the way that you build roads has just been improved tremendously. All of these tools, they're just fantastic. They're really good. We've got some fantastic options. I mean, we've got the ability to build grids now. We've got the ability to build, you know, look at that. We've got the ability to build, if I go back to here, we've got the ability to build parallel roads, perfectly parallel roads in just one fell swoop. There's obviously a whole bunch of road options as well. Let's build something that's maybe, like, not completely horrific in the first instance. So what is this? We've got some sort of, like, one-way off-ramp onto a highway here. Let's try and go down. Let's try and go down this way. Now, I am not known for building beautiful cities. I would say I'm known for building rugged cities. That's not even good enough. I mean, I can have rugged, but I can't have roads that are at a horrific angle. There we go. That's a little bit better. Yeah, I mean, I want to try and distill a little bit of character into my cities here. There we go. And in order to do that, we'll sort of set up a little road system. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just trying to explore sort of some of the new features for you, ladies and gents, over the course of this video. Okay, so we've got ourselves a nice little road interface. Love the brand new tools here. We've got some medium roads as well, 4-lane roads. We've got the ability to add roundabouts, which I flippin' love. Look at this. Look at this. We can literally just sort of plop in as we want to a roundabout in any sort of specific location. I flippin' love that. That is fantastic. Now, if you've got some eagle eyes, then you may be noticing that each and every time I interact with the world, I'm getting a little bit of additional experience, and that experience is accumulating down in the bottom left-hand corner, and that is going towards our progression to our city points. Now, we're going to get there. We're going to get there in a second, but let's firstly just get the sort of basic infrastructure that we need in order to get a city established. Much like City Skylines 1, I'm going to make the bold assumption that pretty much everybody who is watching this video has probably got City Skylines in their Steam library at the moment. I'm not going to elaborate too much on the mechanics of the original City Skylines. I'm just going to assume that it is all fairly well known. You know what? Let's make this area entirely residential. We can change this up as we go. This roundabout apparently is going to be the main sort of roundabout for our area. Let's get a little commercial. Let's get a little commercial district. You know what? Let's see if I can try and maybe make a. We'll get a continuous. Get a nice continuous sort of road over here. Some lovely, gorgeous waterfront commercial, I'm thinking. Excellent. Lots and lots of commercial stuff over here. Looking good to me. And then we're also going to zone a little bit of industry all the way out here. Now, happily, thankfully, it looks like I've put industry in a pretty decent place, and the wind is not going to blow all the fumes over all of my over all of my brand new houses that I've just built, which is quite nice. Okay, let's talk about utilities. Let's see what's happening in the utility department. Utilities in this game work very differently from the utilities in the first game. I mean, they do and they don't. First things first, let's talk about electricity. We've got a bunch of additional sort of electricity buildings straight away. First of all, we've got the electric cables. We've got the power lines. Power lines do not work in the same way. We've got a transformer station. We've got a small coal power plant, and then we've also got a wind turbine. But we also have very, very interestingly, an outside connection. This is a connection point that literally comes from the outside of the world, and there's a few of these. There's a few of these sort of points. You can actually see it. There we go, just sort of drifting off into the distance there. That's fine. But what we can actually do is we can actually just start getting power immediately. Now, we do have the option of building a small core power plant or indeed a few wind turbines generating our own power. However, what we can do is actually get ourselves a power transformer. We'll get ourselves a power transformer over... where do I want to put it? Probably here. You know what? We'll literally just replace that pylon. That's perfect. That's really, really good. I think there is probably going to be some noise pollution from this, but that's fine. And then on the outside here, we have the opportunity to connect into two connection points, and we connect in a low voltage electric cable. Now, what we can do is we can connect it up to the neighborhood, but what we actually can do is we can also connect it to conduit that just runs under the street, which I think is just fantastic. I think that's really, really good. So what we'll do is we'll build it out here, and then we can actually... if we press the page down button, there we go, literally just link it up, boom, to the corner over there. Happy, happy days. And when I unpause here, we should start to see this power transformer, which should, there we go, it has completely removed all of the electricity. Anyway, the power of the utilities in this game comes from the fact... Oh, there we go. We can actually see it now. Comes from the fact that electricity flows underneath. Now, you do have to consider bottlenecks. There are going to be low voltage electric bottlenecks. You can see there high voltage bottlenecks as well. There is a limit to the amount of energy that these power conduits, that these cables can take. But honestly, I think that's such a cool addition. Now, sewage and water works in a very, very similar way. We have got the ability to get a water pumping station, which I'm absolutely going to get. And then I'm also going to spew out some... Where do I want to spew out? I want to collect water from over here, I guess. Sure. Water level too low? We'll get it over there. Excellent. Get the water over there. Get the sewage outlet over here. I think we might just be able to make that. Either way, we're getting a whole bunch of points, which is marvelous. Let's see if I can link this all the way up. I don't know if we're going to be able to do the journey, but we'll try. Right, connect that up over there. All the way to here. Beautiful. That should be sewage taken care of. And water pipes. Let's get water pipes. Here, we can actually build literally under the water and just link that up to the network over there. We need to make sure that you are connected with road, which I am quite happy to do. Give me a... Oh, that's a lovely little curve in that road. If I'm honest. Look at this. We're actually distilling a little bit of uniqueness into the city, which is quite nice. Either way, as soon as I unpause, I'm anticipating that this will hopefully all be fixed. You may need electricity. You don't. That's fine. We can also get upgrades to these specific buildings, which is kind of cool. I like that idea. You know, reduces the amount of pollutants in the water before it's expelled. Yeah, I mean, why the heck not? We can absolutely add these on if we want to, or indeed upgrade them if that's something that we're doing. Extra settling tank. We can build that sort of right over there. We can build many more. I don't need to go too far down that rabbit hole for now. That is a-okay. You're saying that there's water damage over there. You're deciding to build out into the water, and then you're blaming me for water damage. That seems a little bit rich, but okay, that's fine. Right, what else is new? What else is hip and happening? We still have Chirper, or Chirpy, whatever the heck you're called. Honestly, I still think you're pretty annoying, but that's maybe just me. We got a few. I say a few radio stations. I really don't want to. I don't want to mess around with the radio stations too much in case I end up interfering with some copyrighted music. I don't think there's any copyrighted music. Do I still need to? I think I still need to try and connect you up to the road. And even if I don't need to connect you up to the road, I feel like I should connect you up to the road. Either way, all of these houses are getting built, which is really, really nice. And each and every time that I'm placing additional infrastructure into the world, you know, like the water pumping station or the sewage outlet, I'm getting those sweet, sweet progression points, which is really, really nice. There's a little bit of residential demand creeping up here, but honestly, we are a-okay with that. Terrain terraforming, we don't really want to do any terrain terraforming. Let's go into 3 times speed. There's nothing really that I need to get done. I just need everything to sort of transform. There we go. So yeah, again, visual fidelity. Visual fidelity is pretty darn good. Bear in mind that I am not playing on the highest settings because, frankly, I can't handle it. I don't want to watch a slideshow, and I don't want you to be watching a slideshow. But also, there are bugs at the moment, especially with this press copy that I have that are stopping. The graphics being cranked right up to 11, for want of a better phrase. You're not able to do that. You have to leave things at slightly lower. Either way, our population is actually starting to climb. We are seeing some people move in, which is quite nice. You know what? I feel like we need to get more infrastructure. Lots and lots of houses. People moving in. We're going to start to see, by the way, some of the more complex sort of traffic simulations. This is a nasty little section of road here. I feel like I need to... See, look at that. Look at that lovely little turn there. That was really, really funky. Is this a medium road? I think this is a medium road. I would like to get a replacement of the medium road right up until there. I mean, that doesn't really look any better. If I was personally driving that roundabout, I would be writing to my local council. I'd be writing to somebody about that because that's horrific. But for now, I'm just gonna let the citizens of my city just deal with that for themselves. Interestingly, this is highway stuff here, and highway does not. Look at that. Look at that. We've actually got little traffic graphs of the highways specifically. What was I going to say? I was going to say something very important there. It doesn't particularly matter. Oh, yeah. Highways do not move water or electricity. So we can actually see here, there is electricity, water on this side. There is no electricity and water on this side, so we need to move it across to another housing estate, if indeed that's what we want to do over at this side of the world. Honestly, I am minded to do that. I'm going to get a 4-lane road, just a single 4-lane road, to come down south here. 90 degrees. Excellent. And keep it coming. I mean, we've got plenty of cash at the moment. I should have pointed out, by the way, that we've got 36 citizens. You know, 36,000 in cash. We're pretty well off in terms of cash here. Right. Let's get a nice big... How's that looking? That looks and feels quite substantial. Can I go bigger? I kind of can. Let's go bigger. Oh my giddy aunt, that is fantastic. Look at how good that feels to build. Okay, let's just do a bunch of coloring in here. Wonderful. Obviously, I know we are going to have to do a power connection. Let's just do a single low voltage power connection between here and here. I think that should work. I don't think there should be any capacity issues. I mean, we have a very small city. That doesn't need to be that long, does it? No, it could just go over here. Again, if I was a resident living here and there was a massive sewage pipe coming from, like, the other side of the world, did that connect up? See, yes, it did connect up. It didn't look like it connected up, but it absolutely did connect up. Either way, I really like the new utilities. I think that's pretty fantastic. Let's go into 3 times speed because we just need to wait for all of that demand to be dealt with. That's pretty good. Is it just me or is it seriously hot up there? Somebody crank up the AC. Yeah, crank up the AC and use more of my power. Commercial district is looking pretty good. Industrial district is looking fine. Let's have a little look at the overlay. Noise pollution level. Yeah, noise pollution definitely coming from the transformer, but it's not catastrophic. There's a little bit of overlap between the commercial and the housing area, but that is fine. Anyway, we have reached the first and probably the most important milestone because it is the start of our journey. We are officially a tiny village. This feels a little bit more than a tiny village, but whatever. Anyway, your efforts are bearing fruit and your city has taken its first steps towards success. We get a whole bunch of money. Excellent. We get some of these progression points, I think they're called, and we also get, I'm going to call them map points. Let's jump into the progression. Okay. New signature building available. Thank you. Let's jump into the milestones specifically first. So, we've just hit Tiny Village. The next is Small Village, 2,500 XP. Nothing to do with population. Nothing to do with population at all. It is all experience-based. Literally everything that you're going to unlock over the course of the game. All experience-based. Now, you can spend the points in the Development tab here. Pretty darn cool. I kind of like it. We can buy, for example, an emergency battery station. It's going to cost us our one and only development point. Or we can buy a crematorium. Or we can buy a hospital. Or we can buy half of a recycling center. That's not very much. Either way, those are all definitely options that we have available to us. I like it. I like that system. I think it's better than doing it by population. Although I do think population is a much more sort of like memorable metric, if that makes sense. We can have a little look at the economy tab here. Loans, we can take out some loans. I'm not completely convinced that I'm going to do that yet. I obviously am completely bereft of any cash, and we don't have any. We don't have the ability to tax people yet. We need to head towards the next milestone, which is definitely something that we're going to do, and we're going to do with as much haste as we possibly can. We got some city stats. We don't need to look at that. We got a little underground toggle here, which is kind of cool. Citizen happiness increase. We just got 43 XP from that. We've got a general sort of like overall happiness overlay. Unreliable healthcare coverage. Yeah, we're going to sort that. We're going to sort that in just a second. But before we do, let's take a look at the map tile points over in the bottom left-hand corner here. Now, maps are flipping huge. Maps are absolutely huge. And I guess the maps are broken down into smaller components, which is kind of nice. And we can unlock basically as many of the tiles as we want, as long as we're willing to pay a little bit of cash and we're able to spend those permits. So we can expand our buildable area. There's fertile land. There's some oil deposits over here. Some ore deposits. How do I look at the... which one is it? Which one is... Do we even have the underground overlay natural resources yet? We don't have the natural resources, so we're just going to have to guess. Apparently, there's oil deposits here, and apparently there's ore deposits. There's also outside connections. So there are some places that will have access to like seaports, for example. We've obviously got a road connection that is coming through here. I don't think there's a railway line on this map. It's a little bridge over there. That's nice. It's cool. It's a nice little barn, which isn't actually doing anything. Yeah, I don't think there's a railway. There is a railway on this map. Anyway, the railway on the map, that's an outside connection. Definitely something that we could build towards. Does it just terminate like right here? Oh, I guess it does. I think we're a little bit of ways away from getting a train though, so let's not maybe dive too deep into the world of trains quite yet. Okay, let's get some basic healthcare services. By basic healthcare, we've got death care. We do have a cemetery. We've got a cemetery and healthcare. Right. If I get the basic healthcare services right here, and if I get the death care services, oh my lordy, it's flipping huge. Let's, did I unlock some new roads? I unlocked some new roads. Sure, that's kind of nice, I suppose. Let's get a sort of service area over here. No, recycling. I mean, we are technically recycling. Oh, just not going to fit. That's a big old pain in the backside. Move that across a little bit then, shall we? Right, we'll explore what else is new in just a second, but let's get this... Oops. Just a single road for me, please. Nothing too complicated. Death care, cemetery. Right. Dead inconvenient, but it looks pretty good. It looks pretty good. It looks really, really nice. Okay. Ooh. What is this? Medium density residential demand. If we unlock medium density residential demand, we have absolutely unlocked medium density residential. Let's get that over there. Let's actually expand. You know what? I'm just gonna continue to expand. I'm gonna continue to expand as quickly as I possibly can. Maybe not into the Great Ravine, though. Although, for pesky individuals, there might be slightly worse places to go. Right. This is let's sell this view as like a nice sort of quirky area. What's the issue? What's the issue here? Waiting for a hearse? Don't worry. Don't worry. My dead serious cemetery service is officially on it. Right. I am sure that the noise pollution that is going to be coming from... I'm sure that the noise pollution coming from the highway is going to suck for some of these houses here. However, if you buy the house, then I'm afraid you just have to deal with it. Either way, the death care is getting sorted. We are going to be... Yeah, we're going to be giving everybody... We're going to be giving everybody all of the services that that they need to survive and thrive on, which is exactly what I'm going to do. We've got a pop musician mansion. +2 well-being within 500 meters. Sure, we can get a pop museum mansion right in the corner there. Sure, building built 250 XP. That's crazy, actually. And we got a pop musician mansion, which is going to increase well-being in the immediate area. That's kind of nice. Industry is in high demand. Let's make another very, very sexy grid. Man, I love how I can build. I love how I can build. Slope too steep. That's fine. I love how I can build my dream square society. Is that... That's probably gonna blow a little bit of pollution. But you know what? Honestly, a little bit of pollution, you know, it just makes you tougher. It just makes you tougher. A little bit of pollution just makes you tougher. Either way, this is looking really, really nice. Looking really, really nice. We're actually heading quite quickly towards the next population milestone. No traffic issues as far as I can see. Not yet. The traffic in this game has been remodeled, so I believe the cars are all much more intelligent and, you know, they're able to think for themselves in a way that they weren't able to do before, which is really quite nice. Am I missing anything? No, I'm not missing anything. That is... Oh, I removed...
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it.
There we go. Remove that. Didn't mean to remove that. Sorry there, buddy. Okay. More commercial. Let's get some...
But so is their money.
There we go. Additional commercial round the side here. Nothing too wild. Low density residential is yet again in demand. We can sort that out. How many hearses do we get? We've got 12 employees. We've got 15, up to 15 vehicles, which is kind of cool. Plus 3 well-being within 300 meters. Plus 3 indoor recreation. So it's actually maybe a little bit better to have the cemetery sort of like within range. I keep forgetting that we can, of course, get these upgrades now as well. Additional space for patients. Very, very cool. Additional, what is this? A small place of reverence provides increased well-being. Nice. Definitely an option. A memorial tomb for a person of importance. The cemetery becomes a sightseeing attraction, but is an upkeep of 7,000 a month. Very cool. Okay, I don't know what the radio is wittering on about. Go to the next thing. Milestone 2 unlocked. Fantastic. Congratulations, you're moving ahead very nicely. Indeed I am. And I get 2 points, which is kind of nice. In fact, that is great. Now, you can choose to have day-night cycle on or off. I am going to choose to turn it off, which I should have honestly done before I jumped into the game there, just because it's a little bit challenging to see what the heck is actually going on at night in a YouTube video. Also, I've hit the next level. I should start to spend some of my tokens. What's the next milestone, by the way? Ooh, I think, do I not unlock, I unlock taxation. I'm gonna choose to set everything to 13% and hope that that is the right level. Let's have a little look at happiness. High taxes, -2 approval, poor education services. Are you kidding me? We've just unlocked education. We've literally just discovered education. Right. There's a conflict there. Oh, yeah, I see. It's conflict with the... Get that in there. High school. Pretty big high school. Okay. Nice. Either way, I think this should service... pretty much everywhere. Also, placing those 2 buildings pretty much got us halfway to the next level, so that feels pretty darn good. We've got more commercial and more residential to build. How's the pollution? Do I have a pollution overlay? We got a building level overlay, which is kind of cool. I mean, not many buildings are upgrading. It looks like a few commercial sort of districts are upgrading, which is kind of nice. We don't have any tourism to speak of. Company profitability we can look at. That's kind of nice. Building level, population, happiness, citizen wealth, water pollution, noise pollution, ground pollution. Ground pollution we don't need to worry about. Air pollution. Air pollution's spreading a little bit, but, you know, again, I'm just going to choose to ignore that one for now. Our electricity production is not meeting demand, so we're forced to import some from our neighbors. Electricity availability is at an all-time low, but, I mean, that's fine. I don't know how much I'm actually paying. I don't know how much I'm actually paying for electricity. Service upkeeps. I think that's my electricity. How can I dig down on this? Can I see? Budget? Imported electricity. I mean, look at it. I think I'm, to be fair, I think I'm spending almost literally all of my money on upkeep of electricity. Maybe I could get some new land. Tell you what, why don't I get some new land? Now, we get a couple of different options, actually. You can literally buy sort of like any... I don't even know if they necessarily need to be connected. Yeah, they don't even necessarily need to be connected. I don't know why you would do that, in a sense. But what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to create... I say Gas Island. It's not going to be Gas Island. It's going to be somewhere across here that we're going to be able to plump down a absolutely massive Small coal power plant. I'm gonna get a flipping gas power plant. Why the heck not? You know, let's future-proof this sucker, eh? Let's go into progression points, development. Let's go to electricity. Let's go and get a gas power plant. Really showcasing my priorities right now. Spend some of my points on getting nets, and we'll get the gas power plants, which actually I don't think we'll need. I don't think we'll need a road connection. I mean, it says that there's a road required. Oh my goodness, and we literally just hit the next level by building that entire flipping thing. Okay. What about a tunnel? What about a tunnel? 2-lane truss arch bridge. I mean, you're not actually, like, dead against it. Ooh, look at that. We can actually see our shipping lane here. That's kind of cool. 2-lane wooden covered arch bridge. Let's see if we can try and do this. Let's stop trying to build in a grid pattern. I mean, honestly, elevation too low, overlapping items. Yeah, this is clearly, you're clearly not happy with this, but what about something slightly more, something more substantive? What if I crank it up a little bit? This waterway, honestly, I feel like, yeah, there's definitely a route here to making this work. I mean, it's a little funky. It's a little funky. It looks a little jank. But honestly, kind of dig it. Kind of dig it. Okay, that was a big road. It seems only fitting to make this area big roads. Let's actually just terraform this. I haven't actually utilized the terraforming tools. Let's level this out. What do I need to do? I need to increase a little bit, level it out, roughly level. I mean, I don't want to say that I absolutely nailed that, but I think I nailed that. Sure. There we go. Look at that beauty. Look at that absolute beauty. Oh, you need to get connected to water and the sewage network. That's okay. We can do that in a second. Let's get the power pylons set up first. Power pylons are pretty easy for us to do. Now we can go above ground or we can go below ground. It's slightly cheaper, I believe, to go above. But in a sense, if we can literally just underground this to right here, exceeds city limits. Yeah, I know it does. It costs us hardly anything. It costs us like 3,000 bucks. Okay, let's go over there. I think that's going to prioritize. I think that's going to prioritize the locally produced power, I believe. But let's wait and see. Right. The bridge does not carry. Rightfully so. Of course, rightfully so. The bridge does not carry any utilities. So we're going to have to go underground here. Perfect sense. I like this. I really like the, I really like this interface. I think it's cool. I like the new utilities. Okay. Anyone else notice that there's no housing available? I'm just sorting the power situation. Jeez Louise, I'm getting everybody's power bills down. Hopefully we should start to see this number come way, 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 way down. I hope. We go into our power interface. Electricity availability is way high. That's really, really good. Electricity trade. We are now exporting, which is really, really exciting. I like that a lot. We're consuming like hardly any. We're exporting like basically all of it. Are we actually going to turn a profit? So I think that is service trade. Exported electricity. That's a huge amount. Look at the size of that chunk. That's really, really cool. And once this sort of disappears, because we're no longer going to be importing. We're going to be making an absolute ton of money, which makes me quite happy indeed. Few places are waiting for a hearse around here. Honestly, not much that we can really do about that. We've managed to get ourselves 9 flippin' map tiles, which is honestly fantastic. Let's cover everybody with a fire engine. We've got a recycling center, landfill. I'd rather not. Maybe over here? Yeah. That seems like a highly decent area for us to make that happen. No car access? What do you mean we don't have a vehicle entry point? This looks like a very sensible this looks like a very sensible elevation. I mean, am I gonna have to redraw this? Yeah, I know you. Okay. Hold on. Elevate that. There we go. Fantastic. Down here. Perfect. It's all coming together. The city master plan looks great. Okay, landfill's looking nice. Let's get ourselves a police station as well. Make everybody secure. A nice sort of centralized location. New signature building available. Vertigo Square. Citizens will be dizzy with excitement living here. I will build a Vertigo Square. Let's build it like... Build it right here. Sure. Okay, I know one person is unhappy, but who cares? Everybody else is going to be happy. We've also got the ability to build specialized industry area tools. Adjust the area of specialized industry. Now, can we actually detect? Can we detect natural resources? We absolutely can. We absolutely can. So we got a couple of them. So we got land fertility, we've got woods, we've got ore deposits over here. I mean, this area is looking pretty good. Oil deposits over here. I mean, that's... I'm interested. I'm interested. Let's see what we can do about this. Can I make a district? District creation tool. We're not able to do that, and apparently I'm not able to adjust yet until we get it. Okay, all right. I guess we need to be able to make districts before we're able to do that. That's fine. Can I make some industrial stuff happen over here? I feel like we might as well. Whilst we're waiting for this area to become sort of like economically viable. Here we go. Down to a regular level. And just throw down... Ooh, specialized industry. Oh, we can. We can throw down specialized industry here. Stone mining? Is there an area where stone mining is particularly useful? There's good land fertility over here, though, so let's do some chickens. Harvestable resources.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're purveying
Nice.
the finest classical music on the air. Keep that
Okay,
in mind.
that looks pretty decent in terms of chickens. Let's get nice big chicken farm over here.
District is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing
Right back to there, please.
You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy
I've created a horrifically invalid shape.
or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good
That looks pretty good to me. That looks very, very good to me. We're going to need to build a road to that, obviously.
and on the main
But
story. The commercial
that's
district is booming
okay,
as the area
because we
is
should just be able to cross over
high-end stores,
here
bringing
and make that all happy days. That looks really, really good. Did I build that field? I don't know if I did build the field.
local Jarva Mate, or so my wife
No car access, no car access. Hold on.
and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
Yeah, I did. It should build itself. I don't know if it's going to take a little while for it to build itself, but that should be fine. I mean, look, this is looking excellent. I'm really, really happy with this. Our gas power plant is looking really, really nice. Financially, we should stop importing, I believe, which is quite good. Electricity is still massively. It's just in such a great place at the moment. Really, really, really happy with that. I'm feeling pretty darned comfy. I feel like I've done these. I feel like I've done these wrong. Yeah, bulldoze that. There we go. Have another crack at the specialized industry potato. Start at this side. Lots and lots of chickens. We love chickens. Yeah, I definitely placed it. Oh, there we go. I don't know why that decided not to place. Maybe that's a little bug there. I'm not entirely sure, but the good news is we got some chickens. Let's also, you know, let's throw down a few bits of industry over here. We might as well. I mean, it's all sort of an industrial area anyway. Not like we're doing anything else over here. That looks fine to me. I mean, look at that. And we're already going to hit the next milestone. I mean, regardless, we're going to hit the next milestone pretty darn quick. Okay, there's some moose that are going to decide to walk all over my chicken farm. A bit rude, gotta be honest. But that's fine. I mean, this is a lovely little city. I mean, apart from the fact that it looks absolutely horrific, feels quite nice. Feels quite nice. Looks quite nice as well. Oh, you didn't like that video game. Oh, we do go slideshow for a moment. Yeah, holy cow, we almost went slideshow for a minute. Yeah, I think, oh, fantastic. That's really, really nice. That's pretty good. We got loads and loads of cash. We got loads and loads of points. Loads and loads of the map to unlock. If indeed that's something that we're interested in doing. Yeah, this game is going to be excellent when it is fully optimized, up and running, ready to go. If you are on a lower end system, if you're on an older system, you're going to be able to run the game. You're just not going to be able to run it at the, you know, crazy, smooth, seamless frame rates that are perhaps advertised. But yeah, the requirements for this game I think are pretty high. The base specs are pretty high, but it does run. It's just like this. Either way, City Skylines 2. It's City Skylines, but it's more. What more do you want me to say? I like it. I'll always play more City Skylines. Oh, and there's a disaster. Okay. Well, I don't think we should worry too much about this fire over here. I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that maybe this isn't something that we should bother responding to. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you ever so much for watching. My name, of course, has been Orbital Potato. Check out the Patreon if you're interested in helping make videos like this possible. I'll catch you next time. Bye.